Lots of you must be wondering if the new Shimenara artifact set is any good at all. Well, it is not. That's it. Thanks for watching. But for real, it's so conditional and it's so dependent on the character that almost not really any character can use it. Now, I'm specifically talking about the 4-set bonus. The 2-pass bonus is very good. It's increased your attack by 18%, which is just the exact same as the 2-piece set Gladiator. So basically, anytime that your character is using a Gladiator, you can simply replace that with the new set. For example, replacing my Gladiator Sense with the new Sense. Basically, just use the one with better substat on it. But of course, the 4-piece bonus is what's interesting about this set. It's capable of buffing your normal, charge attack, and plunge attack damage by 50%, which is a lot. However, it only buffs those category, meaning that a character who care about their elemental burst is not really favorable to use those set on. Additionally, there actually is a big condition to getting this bonus. You need to cast your elemental skill with 15 or more energy. If you cast your elemental skill with 0 energy, it will not give you the bonus. And when you do get the bonus, you lose 15 energy. Which means it's not really helpful for a character who really care about energy. For example, Xiao. Xiao is a really good example because while his main damage output is plunge damage, the new set doesn't really synergize with him. For example, if you cast your burst first and then your elemental skill, well, because you have no energy, you do not get the bonus. On the other hand, casting your elemental skill first would drain your energy because of the set, making you unable to enter your elemental burst immediately. While you can still collect the energy generated from your elemental skill and then enter your burst, this will make you unable to funnel, which is typically what Xiao would like to do. Typically, Xiao like to pre-cast his elemental skill, which lets you funnel energy into the next elemental burst, and equipping this set basically disallow you to do that. With that being said, the new 4-piece Shimenawa set is just strictly worse than Pale Flame for any physical damage dealer. The reason is because Pale Flame also gives you the exact same amount of stat, which is 80% attack and 50% damage bonus. Keep in mind that the damage bonus here is physical, however, it is the same category as the normal and charge attack damage bonus, so basically they're the exact same. Except with Pale Flame being superior because not only it does not have the energy downside, but physical damage is all more universal and it works on other aspects that are not normal or charge attack. Most noticeably is that it worked on like Eula Elemental Burst, which is a huge amount of her damage, and where the 4-piece set Shimenara does not increase the physical damage component, so it does not increase Eula Elemental Burst at all. Contradicting to what I said earlier, it is actually possible to use it on Xiao. What you're gonna do is that you're gonna start by casting a Sucrose Elemental skill, and before the energy arrives, cast your Elemental skill on Xiao. Now, as soon as the Sucrose energy arrives, you're gonna cast your burst on Xiao before catching the energy from your elemental skill on Xiao, which you can see the energy is properly being funneled into next Xiao elemental burst. This technique will require very precise timing, however, will get you about a 15% damage increase. Although I'll be honest, this is kinda gimmicky and not really recommended because it doesn't work on like the 3rd elemental burst and beyond. Now I say the 3rd one because you can actually still cast your 2nd elemental burst. So here by casting 2 Sucrose elemental skill and then casting 2 Xiao elemental skill, you can actually see that I am able to generate my elemental burst back still. Usable if you like 2 cycle content, I suppose. Interestingly enough that for Xiao, using the 2 Shimenara set and 2 Gladiator set actually results in higher damage than using the 2-piece VV and the 2-piece Gladiator. That is because Xiao already have a lot of damage bonus from his elemental burst, so stacking damage bonus on the VV set end up actually not being as good as just getting a little bit more attack from the new Shimenara set. This results in generally about only a 2% damage increase. However, the Shimenara set is slightly easier to farm because it is a very good domain that a lot of people might be spending a lot of time in. Here's a quote-unquote in-game comparison because people love those when math do just fine. But here you can see how they have very similar amount of damage. The left side, which is the 2 Gladiator, 2 Shimenara, did slightly more damage because I do have slightly better substat, but you know, they are very similar. Next up, we have Xiao, which when using his range elemental burst, We will refund you with 20 energy, which lets you get the bonus when you cast your elemental skill and enter your melee form. So Chao is capable of using this set, but it will come with slight ER issue and rotation issue because of the drawback of the set bonuses. Currently, one of the best sets available for Chao right now is the 4-piece Heart of Depth set, which is 15% Hydro damage, as well as 30% normal attack and charge attack damage, for a total of 45% damage on your normal and on your charge attack. Now, in comparison to the Shimenara set, which gives you 18% attack but also 50% normal and charge attack damage, it seems like the Shimenara set is slightly superior because it gives 5% more damage on your normal and your charge attack. But Chao do more than just normal and charge attack damage. He also do a good amount of hydro damage because of the Riptide slashes on his elemental skill, as well as his elemental bursts purely being hydro damage. What that means is that the 2-piece Heart of Depth will be able to boost those damage as well. And of course, while it is true that the Shimenara set also have 18% attack, and that 18% attack will also boost those damage, mathematically speaking, the new Shimenara set will be 2.9% damage better, which is not really worth because it does mean you come with a more scuff rotation and more energy requirement. Other characters like Hu Tao or Keqing, or basically like every single character in the game, are not really a fan of this set either. The downside is just so big. Not only it requires you to have energy to get the bonus, it also takes away your energy. And plus, it doesn't really boost your elemental burst damage that much since it only gives attack instead of damage bonus. And of course, characters like Hu Tao or Keqing do a fair amount of damage on their elemental burst, so it just makes this set not really attractive for them. So who is this set good on? Fortunately, there are characters who don't care about their elemental burst and uses normal or charge attack as their primary output damage method. Most notably, Melt Ganyu and Vaporized Klee. When it comes to Melt Ganyu, or by extension Vaporized Klee, your elemental burst is often not used because it could mess up with your elemental reaction. So in this case, you don't really care about the energy at all, so you feel free to expend those energy to get the bonus. When it comes to Melt Ganyu, or by some extension Vaporized Klee, previously a very popular choice of artifact set is the 4-piece Wonder set, which gives you 35% damage boost as well as 80 elemental mastery. And of course, now you have the Shimenara set, which boosts your damage by 50% as well as giving you 18% attack instead of 80 elemental mastery. In general, you're looking at about a 5% damage boost from previously compared to Wander set. But of course, because the Shimenara set is also more farmable in a more accessible domain, the potential of you getting better substat is also gonna be higher. So this could be a really worthwhile set to go for, especially since the domain do come with the next, the other set rather. This is very also good as well, which is the Ambom set. I think the results of this video shouldn't be too surprising for most people because there is indeed a pretty hefty drawback on the artifact set. Losing your energy and not being able to cast your elemental burst comfortably is a pretty big drawback when it comes to Genshin Impact, where your elemental burst is a huge part of the game. Now, of course, we know that the artifact set might be made for a future character, namely Yoimiya, but is that really true? Do take this with a grain of salt as the character is not yet released. However, there is actually early mathematics that suggests using 2-piece Crimson Witch and 2-piece Gladiator is better than using the 4-piece Shimenara set on Yoimiya as well, which means the 4-piece set is just kind of bad in general, except for Melt Ganyu and Vaporized Klee cases. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope a lot of you have fun in farming your artifact, and I know a lot of you are also wondering about the other artifact set, which is the Emblem of the Seraphic Fate. Now, early maths show that this set is alright and it's pretty good when comparison to using previously the Noblest set. But of course, I'll be making a separate video on them once I do have all the mathematics confirmed. And that will actually take a while, I think, because those math is actually hard. Unlike the whatever Shimenara set, it's actually just straight up bad. Haha. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and I'll see you guys all next time.